So we're going to start with Daniel chapter 1. And I want to apologize for these names and these kings and stuff. So I don't know, I can't get it together on pronunciation. But the story of Daniel has got a lot of intrigue, a lot of excitement, a lot of things that happen. It's really hard to wrap your hands around it the way things work out. But you know, we have God on our side, and you know, really we don't have any enemies. But it seems like after King Jacobin was beginning to rule in Judea, Babylon's king Nebuchadnezzar attacked Jerusalem with his armies. And it didn't take long for him to get business straightened out over there in Jerusalem. The Lord gave him victory over the king, and when he went back, he took some of the stuff from Babylon with him. And then he ordered one of his right-hand men, who was in charge of his palace personnel, to go back and get some of the young Jewish youths and bring them back as captives. And he wanted some young men of the royal family and the nobility of Judah, and he wanted to teach them the language and literature. And he told the man, he said, I want you to go get the best. I want you to pick out the healthiest and like me, good looking lads, and those that are well read and informed, alert, sensible, and will look good to hang around the palace. You know, that's why people like to hang around me, because I look so good. It makes me feel good just to be around me. Anyway, so after he gathered up his little group, the king said, well, we're going to give them boys the best of what they have to eat. We're going to give them a 2 or 3 year training period, and we're going to make them counselors and when they graduate. So it just so happens that the 4 that we're going to talk about tonight was Daniel, Jack, somebody help me, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah were 4 of the young men chosen, and all were from the tribe of Judea. However, their boss or their leader or the guy that was taking them under his wing didn't like their names as they were, and he wanted to give them Babylonian names. So what he did, he called Daniel Belteshazzar. Now I get better with Hananiah, he called Shadrach. Mishael was called Meshach, and Azariah he called Abednego. But Daniel, for whatever reason, I don't understand it, decided he did not want to eat the food that they were giving him. They were giving these people the best that they had. They were feeding these people probably better than some of probably the royal staff and the soldiers and all. But Daniel just kind of balked at it. He said he really didn't want to eat, and so he asked the superintendent to eat other things instead. So it just so happened that God had given the superintendent a special appreciation for old Daniel and sympathy for his predicament. But the guard himself, the superintendent, was alarmed by Daniel's suggestion. He said, well, if you go to losing weight and everything, said the king gonna cut my head off. Well, I'm not doing what he told me to do. And I assure you that back in this time period, if the king told you to do something, you'll find out later on in Daniel that you better well do it. It wasn't no place. So he was scared he gonna cut his head off. So Daniel come up with a deal. He said, tell you what to do. He said, you go out and you look at these other people that you got trained, and you judge them. He said, you just feed me fruits and vegetables and stuff, and then we'll wait a period of time, about 10 days or so, and then you come and look at all this again and see, you know, how everybody's looking. So they did. They had a group that was eating the food supplied by the king and the $1 wine and all that kind of stuff. And so Daniel and his group were only eating vegetables and water without the rich foods. And while this was going on, God gave them the ability to learn. I mean, just learn greatly. And soon they mastered all the literature and science of the time. And God gave Daniel an special ability in understanding the meaning of dreams and visions. And we'll find out later on in Daniel how this really kind of benefited Daniel. So when the 3-year training period was over with, the old king said, I want you to come by here, we're going to have an examination, and we're going to examine these men to see if you have trained them in the way that we want them trained. We want them to be basically scholars. We want them to be educated, we want them to be, like mathematicians, we want them to be basically the top of the crop. And so when they came in, they all impressed him greatly. He was very impressed with what they had learned in 3 years. They learned a new language, everybody had learned something. And they were very, very impressed. King also found out that the advice and the suggestions that these young men had were better than all the magicians and wise astrologers of the kingdom at the time. And Daniel held an appointment as the king's counselor until the first year of the reign of King Cyrus. And that's pretty well the end of Daniel 1. We'll talk about it a little bit, and we're all familiar with Daniel and how things transpired in Daniel. But it's amazing how they were chosen and how they were treated. About 3 years, they learned a new language. They learned to be excellent mathematicians. They learned to counsel. They learned, how to read the Bible, their book. Everything was given to them. And so at this point in time in Daniel has been taught and educated, and his strong point was he's able to read dreams and things better than any of the astrologers or men that the king has on his staff now. And that makes a very big impression on the king at the time. And farther along you get in Daniel, you'll find about Abednego and Meshach and Shadrach. I think we're all familiar with what happened to them. But that pretty well sums up the first chapter of Daniel. Anybody got any questions? Comments? Someone? No one. So everybody knows all there is to know about the first chapter of Daniel. I wish I did. But I think Daniel's going to be a good Bible study. It's very exciting. It's one of those chapters in the Bible where you can really get into it about the mysteries and the things that happen in Daniel. So would that be...
Have you ever, in your studies, read that when these people took these young men and to train them, also that they castrated them?
Oh yeah, well, I wasn't going to go into that, but yeah, that was a bad deal, I guess.
That's what I was going to ask you. You said that
The eunuchs actually took.
eunuchs, the prince of the eunuchs, so they were other men that were already done, evidently.
Yeah, they were done. I pretty well, if I was like that, I'd be done too. But the Bible, Kim and I got into this one time, because we were talking about gender recognition. And the Bible says, I think, and I'm hoping to this, Bruce, or Jack, somebody, because I don't want to tell them all. Wasn't it Peter that run out to the eunuch?
The Ethiopian.
Who was it?
Ethiopian.
Who?
He ran to the Ethiopian.
He was the
It was
Ethiopian.
Paul, wasn't it?
But he
No,
was
it wasn't
a
Paul.
He was here.
That was Peter.
No, not Peter.
But it wasn't Paul.
No, it wasn't. It was somebody we don't talk about.
Well, anyway, so we know about that. It went out and it was an Ethiopian eunuch that wanted to be saved and was baptized in another boat. And so I got asked Kim about, if the Bible speaks highly of eunuchs, why come the Bible doesn't speak highly of transgender people? And he said, well, the eunuchs in the Bible are made two ways. They're either man-made or they're made by God. And I guess the consensus would be that just like Daniel and his comrades, they were actually, even though they were man-made, made by the eunuchs of the time, they were made by God to serve a specific purpose. And I guess having to become a eunuch would enlighten them. How can I put this in a nice way? I'm gonna try to be as nice as I can about this thing. We got a lot of farmers in the community that raise cows and stuff like that. And so what you need to do when you raise an animal to eat, you want his mind on something else other than, you know, reproduction. So I guess by having this like this put an opportunity, and it gave these young men an opportunity to not have their mind on extracurricular activities and things that they shouldn't have their mind on, and could focus more earnestly and sincerely on learning the ways that God has provided for them. I'm glad you brought, I wasn't gonna bring that up.
And in general, they were, quote unquote, easier to control.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I don't know, but I would assume that, I don't know. But anyway, if anybody got anything else you want to add to Daniel, ask about Daniel. I'm glad y'all brought that up. Roxanne, you look like you were in some deep thought. So, that being said, I'm going to close the Bible study.